As much as people complain today about Hollywood remaking their favorite movies,
Wait, what's the difference between a reboot and a remake?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Jay, because a remake is like a reboot where the studio doesn't care how the audience feels about the original movie, so they just keep the title, fuck up everything else, and ruin both flicks in the process. See?
back in the 80s, it was all the rage, and it actually improved some old movies with cool concepts. In 1982, director John Carpenter took famous Howard Hawks' creature feature and transformed it into a paranoia-inducing psychological monster movie with some of the best special effects that hold up to this very day with The Thing. The titular thing is able to duplicate any living organism to give itself the best chance of taking everything over. Every single cell of this being is dangerous. It could be any one of us. Yes, even you.
This is reality, Greg.
In 1988, Chuck Russell and Frank Darabont reintroduced us to the ultimate eating machine. No, not Jaws. He brought back the gelatinous force of the Blob. It doesn't matter how strong you are, how tough you are, or how great your mullet is. If you get the Blob on you, you're dead.
We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead.
This itty-bitty snotball can very quickly turn into a giant bouncy house of death. If these two species were to meet up, who would walk away the victor? This might be a case of an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. But let's find out here on Face Off.
Disclaimer. No actual science was used to determine the outcome of Face Off. Your results may vary. Please do not consume Face Off if you are allergic to conjecture, opinion, or general nonsense.
Round 1. Biology. The Blob seems to have a pretty simple biological structure. If it can latch onto something organic, it will dissolve it, absorb it, and grow bigger. As it grows bigger, it becomes even more dangerous. When the homeless man first releases the Blob from its meteorite prison, it hooks right onto his hand. Within the hour, the whole man is completely digested. The Blob goes from being the size of a softball to a decent-sized sleeping bag from just that one meal. If left unchecked, it could quickly become a giant-sized kaiju that would absorb just about everything.
Must eat more fat people. Thank God I'm in America.
The Thing, on the other hand, is designed to not even be noticed. If as much as a cell invades an organism, it will multiply until it completely replicates that creature. When it does this process correctly, then those around it won't even detect any difference. It's able to assimilate the entire host along with its native language and voice. The change is so imperceptible that Kurt Russell has to devise a blood test to find out who is the thing hiding amongst the group. The sophisticated test is accomplished by obtaining a blood sample from the host and subsequently burning it with a hot wire. If the blood jumps, then you're in deep trouble. While the Blob is something you for sure don't want to stumble across, not even knowing that the Thing is standing right next to you is far more terrifying. Verdict: The Thing.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Disagree? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. You won't regret it. Round 2, adaptability. One nasty thing about the Blob is that it can sneak up on you real quick. You could be making a mere phone call while the deadly jelly climbs a wall, so it can fall on you like an acidic net. Or imagine you're doing a load of dishes and the sink gets clogged. Next thing you know, you're being pulled down the drain very painfully. Seriously, that scene gets me every time. The Blob can squeeze into any sized opening and push itself onto any surface. You can't lock yourself away anywhere to hide from it. Well, there is one place, but we'll get to that in a bit. It doesn't so much have to adapt to its surroundings as it just has to use ooze-tastic brute force. Adaptability is the Thing's whole MO. It can become any organism to deal with whatever surroundings it finds itself in. It once got frozen in the ice, and then millions of years later, the Thing thawed out only to come back to life. If it needs to escape and there's a functioning vehicle to drive, it can just assimilate whatever's around that can actually drive it.
Smart, SOB. Put it together piece by piece.
Need a form that can run across a frozen tundra? Easy. Just find a dog to take over. We're going under the assumption that the alien that was flying the spaceship it crashed in had been overtaken by the thing. Even a being with that advanced intelligence and futuristic technology is not safe. Like we said, this is the thing's whole thing. Verdict? The thing.
Either way, I want you out of my face.
Yeah, hard ass. Well, I'm in your face to stay. What are you gonna do about it?
Go ahead, hit me.
Round 3, weaknesses. While the blob can absorb just about any organic matter, it doesn't like anything on ice. It can snuff out any fire, shrug off grenades like it's nothing, and laughs at the very idea of bullets. Well, not really, but you get the picture. Regular water doesn't melt it or dilute it. It keeps a rather solid form while trudging through the sewer. Weapons of any sort are useless.
What's happening?
I think you pissed it off.
The only way to keep it at bay is to lock yourself in a freezer. The cold hardens it into a solid and makes it easy to run away from. If you run into it in a desert climate, then you are for sure in deep shit. But an ordinary fire extinguisher will help keep you safe. In contrast, the thing's only weakness seems to be fire. To be fair, fire is just about everything's weakness.
Firearms.
Being frozen in the Antarctic doesn't do a damn thing to the thing. It only puts it to sleep for a few million years. Shooting the organism it has assimilated will only cause the body to start to separate so that it can save itself. It doesn't really seem to react to anything else. Hopefully you have a flamethrower handy, because completely incinerating it seems that's the only way to survive an encounter with the thing. In order to survive the thing, you need to have a lot of fire around. For the blob, you just need a good snow day.
Snow day.
Verdict? The thing.
I feel like fucking Hansel and Gretel here. Should have brought some breadcrumbs.
Round 4, origin. The blob falls from the sky riding inside of a meteorite. At first, we assume it was purely mysterious substance from the far reaches of space. However, it turns out that the US government shot the organism into outer space as part of an experimental program to test out viral warfare. What they had hoped for was a bacteria that could be dropped onto an enemy combatant's country that would take out anything and everything on a microscopic level. Honestly, that sounds like straight up war crime, but instead the radiation from space mutated the being into the gooey, acidic jello mold we've all grown to love.
We need a schematic of the sewer system. We'll contain it down there. I want that organism alive.
What about the civilians?
They're expendable.
The thing is literally from outer space. No government involvement here. What we feared the blob was, the thing actually is. It came from somewhere beyond the reaches of mankind and is now able to get inside of a creature and completely take it over. The civilization that it last visited was extremely technologically advanced if it was able to travel in a spaceship so far across the galaxy. Where the thing ultimately comes from is still a mystery, but that just makes it all the more terrifying. The old saying, what you don't know is scarier than what you do, is proven to be true here. Verdict: the thing.
I don't know what the hell's in there, but it's weird and pissed off, whatever it is.
Round 5. Versus humans. The blob has a really stellar track record when going up against humans. Anytime it has squared off against someone, it came out fine, not to mention bigger on the other side. It devoured the first person it came across, dropped onto Paul, took care of a date rapist, his poor date, a movie theater full of people, the local sheriff, a cook, a waitress, and we haven't even got to the soldiers yet. We can just say it had a human buffet through 90% of the movie and would have kept going if it wasn't for the artificial snow truck.
I hate when people talk during the movie.
The thing was able to connect with all the humans it needed to assimilate in order to cut off everyone from sending help or from escaping its grasp, even if it did end up with Wilford Brimley's diabetes in the process.
I'm all right. I'm much better. And I won't harm anybody.
But hey, man is the warmest place to hide. It didn't wind up escaping from the Antarctic that we know of, but when it came to destroying its adversaries one by one, it sure as hell got the job done. Quality over quantity.
It's not quality. quality, it's quantity.
She meant quality, not quantity.
So, in conclusion, we have to hand this round and this face-off to winner, The Thing.
It was just a misunderstanding. I've made better first impressions, though, that's for sure.
Now you have to be wondering, how could The Thing win every category?
Cheating bitch.
What you didn't realize was that this whole time, The Thing actually became the Blob. Yep, that's right. When it ate the homeless guy's hand, he was infected with cells from The Thing. This whole episode you've been watching the same alien creature, and you didn't even know.
Yeah, right.
That's how deadly The Thing is. But don't let us have the final word. Tell us in the comments which monster movie is your pick, The Blob or The Thing. And as always, thanks for watching.
Hey, where are you going?
These people don't give a shit about explanations. If you need me, you know where to find me.